Hey guys, I'm John coming at you with another Diablo Immortal video. This one is going to be coming at you right before I go ahead and once again I grind for the night. I know I said that in the last video. As you can see here, we're at level 318 out of 332, 334. We're going to go up another few levels. We're killing it. We're back in it. Today's video, what I want to talk about is, what do you guys think Diablo Immortal is? I just saw an interesting announcement. And we know that Diablo Immortal has made over $300 million this year so far, given that it just came out. But also, did you guys know like this game's getting nominated for stuff? Like, what do you think? All right, so it's interesting. So we're talking about Diablo Immortal, right? We're logging in for the day. It's after work. And so those after hours, you know, it's that time where everyone gets to play their own games and have fun. And sure enough, you know, what I usually do is technically I should be streaming right now while I'm recording this video. But I had surgery on Friday. Don't really feel like it. You know, it is what it is. We're gonna hang out. We're just gonna relax and we're gonna catch up on some Diablo Immortal. But it's funny because as I'm like, before I go and I start playing, I have a routine, right? I'm sure you guys all have a routine. When you're like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna go grab my snacks, you know, like you got your candy bars, your whatever, like, you know, your mints, whatever it is, grab your drink, you know, your water bottle, your beer, your whatever, and you're gonna sit down and you start playing, you're gonna have fun. That's typical for me as well. Only one other step is I usually will head to like Facebook, Twitter, check my social medias real quick. Being a content creator, I kind of got to keep up on those a little bit. I don't get a whole lot of messages, but sometimes I do, and those ones are usually important. So lo and behold, I go to check my messages today, and I'm like, okay, you know, I got some messages from the data miner. We're gonna do a video about that. That'll be after this one. We'll probably do a double upload. But and I was like, okay, cool, checking it out. And the next thing I know is like, man, what is this? What happened here? Like, wait, what? So for those of you who don't know, Diablo Immortal actually got nominated for an award this year. So for those of you unaware, this is the Gamer Awards. Now this has been going on since 2014, I think, the last 7 years. And I was very surprised. So under the best mobile game category for 2022, Apex Legends Mobile, Diablo Immortal, Genshin Impact, Marvel Snap, and Tower of Fantasy were all nominated. This is a very interesting combination. Marvel Snap just came out not too long ago. Great, solid game. I don't know if you guys have played that yet. If you have or have not, download it, play it. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Go watch our boy Darth Microtransaction. He's got a YouTube channel directly for Marvel Snap. Great, solid mobile game. Tower of Fantasy, it's hilarious that this is on here because literally you have Tower of Fantasy and you have Genshin Impact. Almost identical game. Tower of Fantasy is like a reskin of Genshin Impact. And then we have Diablo Immortal and Apex Legends. I'm so confused by this, guys. I'm so confused. Like, so we know Diablo Immortal has financially been successful, right? So if I shoot over here, we can see Diablo Immortal has reported made over $300 million in revenue this year, okay? This was published as of November 3rd. As of recording, this is November 14th. So we're 2 weeks behind. So we're probably closer to, I would say this is probably like 325, 350, okay? If we move on here, like it basically just talks about like the amount of money that they've made. It also talks about like, given the fact that the game has been review bombed, that the game has been sabotaged by other content creators, with people yelling and complaining. It also goes into breakdown how 5 months after its initial release, it's made a total of 300 million. This figure consists of 1.55 million or 155 million earned from this game's initial launch in 60 countries and 144 million from China alone. So literally, you have China has single-handedly given Immortal 145 million, we'll call it, and the rest of the world, global, is 156, we'll call it. That's pretty impactful. So obviously, Diablo fixing at the very beginning their China problem, right? Because remember, this game wasn't even going to initially launch in China. But the fact that they fixed it, the fact that they circumnavigated it in a way, because their version is slightly different than ours, the fact that they were able to slightly circumnavigate it just a little bit to get past the loot box clause, so that way the game could come out in China I think was super successful for them. I mean, at 145, basically $145 million just from China alone, that's super impactful. Does that in itself make this game eligible to be nominated for Game Awards? That's what I want to know. What is going to go into the consistency and the thinking here on why is Diablo Immortal nominated for Game Awards? Now, there's a few things I can think of. So the game itself isn't a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's a fun game. It's basically open world. You can run with friends. You can do dungeons. You can get gear. You can just, the repeatability is there, right? Is there an end game? No, but it's mobile. Is it free to play? No, but it's grindy, so it's not meant to be free to play, or it's not meant to be beat in a month. So, all in all, I think we're a little jaded. I think as a Diablo Immortal community, it's those who are watching my channel, right? I'm speaking to you guys because it's the ones that aren't watching my channel, right? And I'm not saying that because like, oh, they're watching some other content creator. I mean the ones who just, and frankly, don't care. They aren't looking up YouTube videos. I had a good conversation with a buddy of mine yesterday, actually, funny enough. My best friend in the whole world. His other best friend, lives right next to him, plays Diablo Immortal every single day. I have covered Diablo Immortal since launch. All of Aftershock United, my whole entire group has covered it since launch. My buddy asked him, like, hey, do you know, it listed all of us. He had zero idea who any of us were, okay? Now, some of you are probably like, John, you're going on a tangent. Why are you talking like this? I'm bringing this up because there's a vast majority of people out there who don't use YouTube, who don't look things up on the internet, who don't pursue extended knowledge in the game, where they just play the game to play the game. And that's where I think that's honestly how this game got nominated, the Game Awards. The fact that Diablo Immortal has already brought in over $300 million this year, launching mid-year, and it's killed it. It's absolutely killed its revenue, in my opinion. As far as all the other games are concerned, it's done an amazing job. And honestly, I think probably everyone at Blizzard is just ecstatic. To be quite honest, like, even though they know they have problems, I think they're hyped because of the amount of money they made it. But I think the reason they got nominated is because there's so many people out there who just kind of spend or play that don't really interact with a lot of people, that Diablo Immortal is still a good game for people out there. I mean, even with talking with my buddy, right, and then actually talking with his friend, who also he's almost as knowledgeable on the game as me, not quite as much because he hasn't made certain things. But it's funny when I talk to him because he's like, yeah, it's like I just figured it out on my own. It's like why would I use YouTube? And keep in mind, he's the same age as me. Like I'm in my 30s. He's also in his 30s, same age, and he's also like, yeah, no, why would I YouTube that? So I think we got to think of like the generations. Like, so the younger generations, they are apt about they're going to look everything up, right? Older generations, not so much. We're not as, let's go, like, I mean, obviously I'm going to go YouTube it, but that's because I make YouTube content, right? You're watching this on YouTube. But others aren't doing that. And I think that's where games like this are getting nominated. I mean, Marvel Snap came out end of year, so that one probably won't win the Game Awards. Like, let's be honest, it hasn't been out long enough. It's not got the following. Tower Fantasy, Genshin Impact, these are the same games. Chances are Genshin Impact wins this whole kit and caboodle here because it's such a massive following. And then Apex Legends, this was huge. I know this was a big for esports, but the fact that Diablo Immortal even made it on this list with the amount of hate, the amount of negativity that went into Diablo Immortal on launch from every big content creator out there, and the fact that it still made the Game Awards is insane. The fact that it's made $300 million this year, also insane. I think what that tells us is I think at this point, like, Diablo Immortal's won. It hit the threshold. It figured it out. I think at this point, they're doing great. They're doing their thing, and they're gonna keep it on. I don't know how to really feel about this, to be honest. I'm okay that it got nominated. I do find it interesting, so I don't know who puts these up for nomination. Maybe I should look into it. But I don't think whoever nominates these games did a good job, because I would not put Genshin Impact, Tower Fantasy in the same category for mobile gaming for award. But it is interesting to see. Diablo Immortal made it. There's a lot of people out there, like I said, who aren't like us, who don't go to YouTube. And I'm wondering if that's why it made it. Let me know down in the comments below. Why do you think Diablo Immortal got nominated for the Game Awards? Do you think it's going to win the Game Awards? How do you feel about the 300 mil? I really want to know that. I really want to know how everyone feels about this. Like, where are you at on this? Are you good with it? Are you bad with it? Are you mad? I want to know. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to bring it to light. Also, go vote. Go vote on the Game Awards. I will leave a link down below. Click on it. Sign up. Go vote, guys. I mean, it's the one thing that we as nerds get to have a voice in. So why not? But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.